Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys making some time out of your day to spend with me on the video. And I've been waiting a long time to do this video, guys. I've actually been waiting for about 4 months to do this video. I'm going to talk to you about a new product out there that's going to change the way that you fish a Texas rig. You're not going to need slip sinkers anymore. You're not going to need any hooks. This thing right here is going to be it's going to replace the traditional Texas rig, in my opinion, once this thing catches on. So we're going to get into that in today's video. Also, guys, quick reminder, SolarBat started their new Get Ready for Spring sale right now, and they've got 30% off anything on their SolarBat website, including my Signature Series sunglasses. I'll put the link in the video description if you guys would like to take advantage of that. Get you some good SolarBat sunglasses at 30% off. Optical clarity in these things, guys, second to none. And also a big thank you to everybody that's taken time to hit that subscribe button here at Intuitive Angling. We finally hit 140,000 subscribers this week, so really appreciate that. Okay guys, here it is. I'm gonna talk about it here and show you how to rig it, talk about how to fish it. This is the new Core Tackle Ozark Rig right here. It's been out for, probably close to a year now, I guess, 9 months or a year. I had a chance to fish them this past fall, and guys, when you see the action that this puts on anything that you normally Texas rig, creature bait, worm, anything like that, it is unbelievable. And the Ozark Rig, if you guys have been following stuff I've been doing on Core Tackle and you've been paying attention to Core Tackle, which is a company that Johnny Schultz and Matt Steffen started, a lot of the premise behind their products, like their hover rig and the Ozark Rig, is you've got the weight evenly distributed down the shank of the hook here. And what this does, this creates a gliding and a spiraling action on any lure that you can't duplicate with any type of a jig head or Texas rig. If you put, say for example, some type of a fluke or little swim bait on just a traditional jig head, it just falls just like that. And like with the hover rig, instead of just falling like that, it spirals and circles on the way down. That's why that hover rig's so effective. And it's the same thing with the Ozark Rig. When you pitch your worm or your Texas rig in there, instead of it just falling straight down, the Ozark Rig, and I'm gonna show you how to rig it, it works different on 2 different bait styles. If you're using it on like some type of a creature bait, like this Zoom Z-Hog here, what it does, it causes the weight distribution, it causes it to make more of a horizontal glide down like that to the bottom. And it sort of, does a little spiraling at the same time. And then if you rig it on a worm, which I'm going to show you, it causes the worm to undulate on the way down. So the fall of this bait, the look that it creates, the Ozark Rig on the fall, is what generates so many strikes, in addition to once it hits the bottom. So I'm going to show you guys how to rig it, and we'll talk a little bit about that. And that's one of the really big keys, guys, in fishing. It's like when you're talking about generating a strike from a bass, a lot of times that strike is generated through some type of a visual attractant on there. So when you have a lure that actually looks real or lifelike on the descent, a lot of times that bass will track that lure down and look at it real close, and finally once it gets to the bottom and it twitches, that's when they inhale it like that. But sometimes if it just drops like a rock in the water, there's nothing in nature that really drops like that. If you look at a crawdad, or if you look at a minnow or something like that, a crawdad always sort of like swims in a horizontal movement like that. And the same with minnows, they're moving around, they just don't go straight down. So that's why this Ozark Rig and the hover rig technology is such a big deal. Okay, so let me show you how to rig the 2 different ones here. And guys, they've got a bunch of different sizes. I'll link the Core Tackle the Core Tackle Ozark Rig and my Tackle Warehouse link in the description. So if you guys want to pick up some, using that link's a good way to get you some and help the channel out too. It's got a ton of different sizes and a ton of different hooks. So based upon the soft plastic that you're fishing, they've got a size that'll match anything out there. Anything from like a little small finesse bait up to a larger 10 or 12 inch worm. Okay, so the design of this, you got a couple different things. You got the lead that comes down the whole length of the shank, and you've got a turn die hook right at the end here. And like all of the hover rig and Core Tackle products, all of the lead is designed to be hid pretty much into the bait. Now you can't really do that with the Ozark Rig because you have to rig it weedless, so this is going to be exposed, but nevertheless, it basically just looks like a hook on there. Okay, so let's get into this a little bit. What you want to do with it. Now, 2 different ones. This is the creature bait. This is the Zoom Super Z Crawl here, or the Z Hog, I'm sorry, come in like 1/4 of an inch, thread it all the way through, and then once you get it to the head there, you're gonna have to turn it around like that, and then just take some time a little bit to bury the tip of that head back in the plastic like that. So all you have is the turned eye hook there. And then what you wanna do is don't just hook it straight like that in the creature bait, because you know you're gonna have a problem setting the hook with it. Come all the way through like that, and then just lay it on the groove of your creature bait, or you can come back through and just barely put the tip in there. So that's what the setup looks like on that with it. And like I said, when this thing falls in the water on a creature bait, just nice slow glide like that, super natural. Now, same thing on the plastic worm. I've got his linky here, but any type of a worm is gonna work the same. Come through about 1/4 of an inch. Let's go nice and slow. Put it in like that. Come all the way through. And I like to leave it exposed if I can. If the bottom is not real snaggy, you're not gonna get hung up like that. You get a lot better hook sets, but if it is snaggy, just come back through and put it in like that. Now, the difference on the worm, the creature bait sort of slides down like this, but the difference on the worm is you've got this undulating, real looks, like it just goes down like this, like an undulating, you know, movement to the bottom like that. It sort of like comes through like that, like a swim bait falling. And guys, it looks so good, man. It's just, this is something that you're definitely gonna wanna have coming up this spring. Anytime, when I think about Texas rig, like the Ozark rig or any type of Texas rig bait, for me, it's pretty much when that water temperature is over 55 degrees. There's something about the mood and the personality of the bass is when that water temperature gets over 55 degrees, a lot of them like to go to a soft plastic. I mean, I catch a lot of fish on a jig when that water temperature's, either over 55 or under 55 degrees or over 80 degrees. But there's a window when that water temperature is like between 60 to 70, 60 maybe in the low 70s. It just seems like they prefer some type of a soft plastic Texas rig, you know, or Ozark rig like this. You just get more bites, just something about the mood and the personality of the fish. But anyway, guys, like I said, I'll link it in the description. Go pick up a couple packages, Core Tackle Ozark rig. This is something that's, you're gonna start hearing. This is one of those deals where people are gonna start picking up on it. You're gonna start hearing about it, just like you're hearing about the Ozark rig, or the hover rig. This Ozark rig is gonna sort of be a big replacement for the Texas rig over the next few years out there. So anyway, give them a try. Hope it helps you guys catch some, and we'll talk later.